Hello, my beautiful, beautiful souls. How are you doing? So, today we're going to discuss being psychic or having a strong intuitive ability. We are all innately intuitive, we are born with that. And a lot of us have forgotten. We've forgotten that that's who we are. And we become so, brainwashed, and we become so kind of like boxed into thinking that we are just physical beings, and that only what we see is real. That that conditioning has made us forget who we truly are. We are intuitive psychic beings. That's who we are. And if we understood that, we would be able to receive like messages about our life, about other people's lives, about just the energy field around us, or just the vibrations. There's so many subtle energies which we can't see. And sometimes, like, even though you might feel it, you kind of block it out because your rational mind is like, that's not real. That I can't see it. That can't be real. But it is. It is real. And I've always had that very strong ability to feel the frequencies, understand things beyond sight, beyond the physical realm. And I receive messages in many ways, through dreams. I have dreams that are like a prediction of the future. Or I read tarot, so I can read what is going on. I also just know. I just get the knowing. I just know when something's gonna happen, or I know what is unfolding, or it's just a knowing. And there are various, like in nature itself. Nature itself is speaking to you all the time. And in nature, like for me, I'm very connected to the moon. And I will look at the moon, and the moon speaks to me. It tells me things. It gives me messages. It lets me know what's going on. And we are nature. We are connected to it. So yeah, so ask yourself, do you receive messages? Do you get a hunch about things, or have you had dreams that have been like a revelation of some sort? Or do you sometimes just know when somebody's going to message you? Or do you sometimes just feel someone's energy, and you're like thinking of them, and they just appear in your life? Or a friend speaks to you about them, or you see synchronicities happening all the time. And you find yourself manifesting things as well, which you wanted because you focused on it, or you just get this feeling that it's coming or it's happening. I mean, there's so many things, right? So um I have to get a stand. I cannot keep doing videos like this holding my phone. Anyway, at the moment, that's how it's gonna be. So, yeah, so ask yourself, and let me tell you, the way to develop your psychic abilities is to meditate. Like, spend time meditating. The more you meditate, the better your abilities get, because you are stilling, all the like over stimulation. Your nervous system is like overwhelmed. When you calm it down, when you just take a moment, then you clear the path for your psychic abilities to come through. And be a good listener. I don't mean just audible listening. I don't mean like when somebody's speaking to you or you're watching something. I mean, listen to that voice within. And sometimes it's not even like an actual voice, or it's not words, it's just this feeling. You just get this feeling, and that feeling speaks to you. and it tells you what's going on. It tells you what you should do or not do. When you get a strong hunch about, you just get this feeling like, no, don't go there, or no, don't, this is not right for you. Or you get the feeling that, yes, this is right, go this way, or something really good is going to happen. That is your intuition, and you've got to trust that. But the way to trust it is when you become more and more mastered in your ability to silence your mind, to differentiate between what is your mind, just your mind, and it's like, maybe it's your desire, maybe it's your fear, whatever it is. It could be that speaking to you, and that is not your intuition, and that is not psychic abilities. In fact, your psychic abilities and your intuition are when you're able to like quiet your fears, when you're able to quiet your like desires, quiet your will. It's actually when you step out of the way. When you step out of the way, you then begin to receive. You then begin to really, really just surrender to the harmony, surrender to the divinity of your being and of this universe. And that's when you connect to the expansive, all-knowing, all-seeing, all-being intelligence, which you are. It is you. It is you. So that's what it is when you really connect with who you truly are, your essence, not just your thoughts, not just your opinions, not just the external. It is when you really become aware of your spirit. And what is spirit? Like there's so many interpretations today for what spirit is, what soul is. Just like if you just sit still for a few minutes and just feel your own presence, like just feel your presence. And that is you. And that part of you really knows everything, because it is connected innately to the intelligence of this infinite universe. So yeah, if you want to become more psychic or you want to be more intuitive, take the time to build your ability and to remove the blocks that are covering you from seeing or hearing or feeling or understanding the alignment of the universe. When we're not aligned, when we're just like frantic and just so ensconced in our like physical realm and just so blinded by it, then we can't truly see with our inner sight. That is actual sight. What we see deceives us all the time. Even what we hear with our senses can be so deceptive. It is when we see from our inner sight, that is when your intuition becomes heightened. That is when you start really tapping in to that very delicate and beautiful yet very powerful part of yourself. I'm not saying that like some people are born with it. Like I was born with that gift. It was given to me ever since I was very little. I just knew things, and I had that ability to sense what was to come, or to sense so many things that, and I thought everybody was like that when I was younger. I didn't know that was something that was, not common. But I feel it can become more and more common if everyone begins to understand that they are innately this intuitive and psychic being. And the more we become aligned with that part of ourselves, the more happy, the more peaceful, the more calm, the more loving we become. It is when we are detached from the very core and essence of our beings that we then feel unhappy, and we then feel like we're chasing things that actually don't give us joy. It's just the illusion that, oh, this is going to make you happy, that's going to make you, that's an illusion. The truth is, when you connect with your own innate inner being, that gives you joy, that gives you true peace, that truly makes you live a wholesome life, and changes your choices. So if I'm troubled about something, I will first meditate, I will quieten my mind, and then respond, and then make a decision. And it's incredible how different the choices are when you have done that, and how you know, your frequency is elevated. You're elevated in a way that you're no longer in the problem. You have risen above, and your consciousness and your energy field is risen above. So you're no longer in that frequency of whatever the problem was. And the answers are not obvious. The answers are not what you think. It is not like, oh, this is the problem and this is the physical solution. No, it's a shift of consciousness. And when your consciousness shifts to a higher frequency, the problem is gone, because it doesn't exist in that energy field. It doesn't exist in that frequency. It ceases to exist. That is the solution. People are always trying to be so like, oh, I do this and this will happen, then this is the way. The way to fix all your problems or to find solutions is to raise your frequency above the problem. Then you're no longer like, it's like you switch lanes, okay? If there's traffic on one route, and you know, if you go on that route, you're going to encounter a lot of things. But then you decide, no, I'm not going to go down that route. I'm going to take another road. And that road does not have that problem anymore, because you have chosen a different road. It's the same way with our levels of consciousness where we are. When we choose a different level, and you need to actually bring yourself there by meditating, by breathing, by surrendering, by bringing awareness to the situation, that you don't have to hand your power over to whatever it is, that you are bigger than it, you are greater than it, and you are connected to the divine source of intelligence and love. And when you do that, like I said, the problem doesn't exist anymore. Whatever it is you're facing just does not exist anymore, because you have risen above it. So I practice all these things, you know, and I'm not saying it's easy, because as human beings, we are so like that animal instinct is so strong to react, to like get angry, to like retaliate, to, or even if you're in trouble, to like just, that's conditioning. I don't believe that's how we were born. When you're children, you are so full of that magic. You know, you're so full of love that is conditioned into you. The world conditions that into you, that you're limited, you can't do everything, you don't, you know, be realistic. When you're a child, none of that is there, because that's how you're born. You're born with the ability and the imagination to create anything you want in your life. So you need to tap into that part of yourself as well, you know, to build your psychic abilities. Remember who you were when you were a child. Like, you know how when you're a child, you can just, you're playing, and like there's a cardboard box, and that is like a castle, you know. It's real for you. Like when we were kids, my sister and I would put chairs, and we would just surround it with the curtains, and that became like It became our cave of imagination of like it could be anything we wanted it to be. And we were there. We were not bothered that it was just a curtain and chairs. We were there. Do you know what I mean? And so, as an adult, it's so important to play as well. Playing is the ability to like just surrender your ego, surrender all your like beliefs, and just be there and just, just like kids. Just when you're kids, just play, just play. Where like you're not calculating anything, you're just playing. So make time to play as an adult. Whatever it is that gives you pure joy, like when you were a child, do that thing. And that also helps you to connect to your innate self and connect to your psychic abilities, because you're bringing joy to your being. You're connecting with your authentic self. So yeah, that's the way to build your psychic abilities. Also, what else helps? Let me think. Using a tool can be useful, like tarot cards or oracle cards are a great tool to develop your psychic abilities. And how you do that is by like you look at a card, and then, do I have any cards here? Not around me at the moment, which is very rare. But you look at it and you let it speak to you. You just look at it and get all your thoughts out of the way and hear the messages coming through and write them down. Or you look at a flower, or you look at anything in nature, look at a leaf, just concentrate and look at it. And just see what it's saying to you. It's speaking to you, because it does. Even like I stare at trees and I will just engage with that tree. And there was this beautiful tree in, where I live, and it fell during a storm, a few years ago. But I would just look at that tree for 15 minutes and we would have a conversation. And it was so beautiful. It was so divine and it was so powerful. You don't need words to communicate. You don't need words to receive messages. You don't even need thoughts. You just feel it. And it is so incredibly soothing and incredibly powerful, because you're connecting with the essence of that being, be it a tree, be it the moon, be it whatever. And by connecting with that, you're connecting with you, because you are it. And if you are struggling in a relationship with somebody you really love, it's hard to do, but try it. Just sit opposite each other and without saying a word, just look into their eyes. Just look into each other's eyes. It can be difficult because the eyes are, they connect you directly to each other's soul. It really does. So sit and just feel the presence of the other person and your own presence without words. This is a powerful technique. And I know that if you do that, a lot of your issues will go away, because you'll be connecting with just the essence, not all the opinions, all the fights, all those whatever that is. That gets in the way, Our need to be right, our need to be like, I am an individual and you are an individual. We are actually all one. But it doesn't seem that way. So sit and just connect. Do this with your children, do this with your partner, do this with your parents. And it can be awkward, really awkward at first, right? But do it. Do it if you want to have strong relationships with the people that you love. And you'll see. It might be funny at first, you might laugh, you might look away, you might be like, oh gosh, I can't do this. But do it. Do it. You will feel a connection that you never did before. Because sometimes we're so busy that we don't actually see them. We don't see the people in our lives. truly see them. And they don't see us either, because we're just so busy with words. We're so busy with being busy. We're so busy doing that we're not being. And when you do that, again, your psychic ability will grow. And your communication, your psychic communication with the people you love will grow as well. If you can just sit in presence with them, you will see that your psychic communication is strong as well. And I don't know if you've experienced this, but maybe you have. When you're really connected to somebody, you really love somebody, you just know things. You just know when they're coming home. You know when they're almost there. You know when they're thinking of you. You feel their energy. You feel their energy, and you know. You just know. And then if you do this, it'll become stronger. It'll become much greater. I'm just talking as things are coming to me, because that's how I like to do it. Just let it flow, let the divine speak, let the intelligence of the universe flow through me, because I am a part of it, you are a part of it. And yeah, those are the things I have for today. If I think of anything else, I will make another video. And if you're interested to know how to become more intuitive, more psychic, more in tune with yourself, more aligned with the intelligence that you are of this universe, then do become a part of this community and subscribe and share and like. And I am a life navigation coach. I am an intuitive guide. I'm a spiritual counselor. I also I use various healing techniques, and I have various sessions that I do with my clients. So if you ever want to book a session with me, let me know. The link is in my bio. You can go to my website, and and just get in touch with me. Just message me. Let me know if you want to do a session with me. And either way, I want to build this community on YouTube so that we can exchange ideas, we can grow spiritually, we can really feel validated and heard and seen. And a lot of, like, sometimes people are like, what nonsense are you talking? They may not get it, but the world is awakening. It is. More and more people are understanding this. So if you want to know more about this, I would love to have you as a part of this journey. And thank you all for listening. Thank you all for being here. I bless you. Just trust your core, trust your soul, trust your innate beautiful self, your beautiful being, and connect with yourself on a deeper level. And then you'll be able to connect with others as well. And you will also understand what's happening in the subtle and divine realm rather than just in the physical realm. And it is life altering, and it is so powerful. All right, my lovelies, sending you all my love and blessings. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.